Welcome to Collaborative Growth, where inspired seekers gather to unlock wisdom, grow in every area of life, and become architects of their own extraordinary story. Hey, good morning, beautiful people. It's Christine and Melanie from Collaborative Growth, and we're going to talk to you this morning about turning down the volume on your inner critic, or as I like to call it, whisper worms. And I'm going to show you this card. This is whisper worms. So for Christmas, got my daughter a game, and it's called Hex Effects, which, by the way, is a very fun game. So if you can find it, it's great. And you get diseases, and you have to cure the diseases, and you can steal from other people, and you can give them other diseases and anything. But this one is this one was called Whisper Worms, and I'm like, that sounds perfect for all the little things that niggle in your brain, right? And it literally says on the card, it says whisper worms, you can't get them out of your head. And that's what it says on there. And it's like, yeah, those are the little things that get stuck in your brain and create that doubt and that anxiety around things. So what we want to do today is just kind of to dive into that subject. Every single human on the planet deals with this. Even, believe this, even the person that you admire most, who looks like they have it all together, is dealing with their whisper worms. Okay? They tell you that, who am I to do this? No one's going to show up for something that I'm putting on. Other people are far more qualified than I am to do this job. Why would anyone pay me to do that? If I fail, everyone's going to find out I'm not good enough. All those crazy stories that we tell ourselves, those are your whisper worms. Every single one. But let me tell you something, my friend. If you have had any of those thoughts, my dear, you are human. Congratulations. You are a human. Welcome to the human club. So, but here's the deal. The whisper worms, they might sound convincing, but they're not the voice of truth. They're the echo of old stories that we tell ourselves, protective mechanisms, fears that want you to keep playing small. So where do these whisper worms come from anyway? And more importantly, how do we turn down their volume and get back to being the bold, brilliant truth we really, really are? So let's dig into that.
This is all resonating with you guys because it definitely resonates with me. The first time that I was doing a live presentation in my career as a coach, I walk into that workshop and I'm like, okay, I've got my notes. They're all in order. My outfit, yeah, okay, I look business professional today. And believe me, I'm a yoga girl. My heart absolutely pounding. It's pounding so loud that I can barely hear the words in my ears that I'm thinking to myself. My breath caught in my throat, right? So I walk into this, and this was live. So I walk into this live room and I'm terrified there's going to be nobody in there. I mean, I purposely haven't looked because that would have just made it worse. So my mind, what was my mind whispering to me? How do you think you're going to get through this if you can't catch your breath? They're going to realize you're just making this all up. How do you think you're good enough to teach anybody anything or help anybody with anything? These are my whisper worms. And this is what was doing more than whispering in my ears. And I laughed it off and I kind of said, yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay. But inside I could feel those worms. Are you enough? It's a big one for me. Are you enough? We pick up these whisper worms from childhood, from things we grabbed from our parents, from past failures, even from society's well meaning but limiting beliefs. They show up most when we're stretching, when we're growing, and when we're doing something new.
So now that we know where they came from, do you think about naming your whisper worms? Okay. So we know they're there. So what do we do? Well, first thing, let's give it a name. No, seriously, let's give it a name. And when you give them a name, you shrink their power. So maybe you want to call yours Critical Kathy. Maybe you want to call it Doubtful Dave. I'm going to call mine Cynthia the Saboteur. Okay. So every time Cynthia pops up, every time when I'm about to take a bold leap, I think, what's holding me? Cynthia wants to hold me back. That's her job. So I invite you right now to think of a name for your worm. What would you name it? Give it a face, give it a personality. I got a whole persona. She's I know who she is. Make it goofy. We're not here to shame these whispers. We're here to lovingly disarm them. So, now what do you call your worm?
Mean Gene.
Mean Jane.
Mean Gene. Mean Gene. That was my mother's nickname for herself. So this helps me work through two issues and send love
Okay.
and light to that whole relationship. Um, Here's the spiritual truth. Those whispers, they are not the voice of your soul. Your soul, the real you, speaks lovingly and in empowered and expansive ways. That's how you know that's the true you that's speaking. So the next time you catch a whisper worm, try these brave thinking steps. If you notice it, you're like, "Hi, Mean Gene. I see you." And then question the whisper. Is that actually true? Where's the evidence? Show me. And then reverse the whisper. If that worm says to you, "You're too new at this, you don't know it all," flip it around and say, "Every master was once a beginner. I'm willing to grow." And then take action, take aligned action. Even a tiny brave step quiets the big noisy whisper. Send the invite, go live, make the offer, and watch what happens.
So we want to offer you a challenge. And here's your challenge for the week. Write down the 3 loudest whispers you hear in your growth. Give your worms silly names. And then write the soul truth that replaces each and every one of them. And put them somewhere where you can see them. And if you want to go deeper, send us the word whisper and on our Instagram page, which you can find at Collaborative Growth Coaching on Instagram. And we'll send you a free PDF of how to rewrite that script. So remember that you are the loving, powerful author of your story. And the whispers might show up, but you don't have to let them drive.
Put them in
So
the back seat.
that's right. Put them in the back seat. So we thank you for tuning in today and sharing the whisper worm saga with us. We, um, if anything made you laugh or think or gave your Cynthia the Saboteur or Mean Gene a run for its money today, please share it with someone else who needs to hear it. Share, like, subscribe, anything that resonates with you. We're more than happy to chat. Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And until the next time, please keep dwelling in your limitless possibilities. And we will see you soon.
Bye for now.